Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Math and Silly Hats. Today we're going to be talking about what a range of a data set is and how to calculate it. Let's get into it. Here I am in ALKES, and I'm being asked to find the range of the data set. So if I don't know what the range is, I can click the explanation. I'll see range is simply a measure of how much the data is spread out. So the biggest amount minus the least amount is how much of a spread there is. So how many numbers are between the largest and the smallest value in your data set. Let's go ahead and put this into our whiteboard.fi to calculate. When you deal with data sets, it's a good idea to reorder your data from least to greatest in ascending order in order to better understand your data and to ensure you haven't missed values or missed any calculations. Let's go ahead and do that. Now I've typed my data set out in whiteboard.fi, but notice it's not quite fitting in my window. So what I'm just going to do is pull on one of the corners to resize it until it fits. Now my first step is going to be to reorder this data from least to greatest. Now normally as I work through data, I'll just cross it off on a piece of paper or on a whiteboard, but I have it here on whiteboard.fi. So what I'll do is as I take each number, I'm going to strike its value out. So the 5 is the smallest. We have another 5. And then 8 is next, and then 9. Then 11, then 18, 20, and I'm going to take the 22 I just took from earlier in the data sequence and paste it later. Again, I'm going to scale this so that it fits on my page. So we now have our data reordered in ascending order from least to greatest. Now, if we remind ourselves, what is the range? ALKES tells us the range is the greatest number minus the least number. And I'm just going to literally copy that. So to calculate my range, I just need to take the greatest number and subtract the least number. Here, my greatest number is certainly 22, and my least was 5. (22 minus 5 is 17, so the range of my data in this set is 17. Let's do one more example just to make sure we understand how to calculate these. Go back to ALKES. Here we have data with a little bit larger values. But again, we're asked to find the range of the data set. So I'm going to take this data and put it into whiteboard.fi. I have my raw data set in whiteboard.fi, but I remember my first step is to reorder the data from least to greatest. So let's go through and reorder this data. My smallest value is 74. Start with 74. Then my next largest value is 85. We have two instances of 86, and we do need to make sure we have both of them when we reorder our data. One is not sufficient. Then 87, 90, and 91. I'm going to resize that so it fits on my screen. So I've reordered my data from least to greatest. My next step was to find the range by simply subtracting the least number from the greatest number. Here my greatest number is 91, my least number is 74. So my range is just going to be 91 minus 74. 91 minus 74 is 17. Hopefully this has been helpful and helps you understand that range is a fairly simple concept, and calculating it is as simple as finding your largest value and your smallest value and subtracting the two. It isn't necessary to reorder your data when you find the range, but you'll find it is necessary when using many other measures of center, as well as the interquartile range and outliers in a set of data. So I recommend getting in the habit of reordering your data every time you deal with data. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye!